Today is going to be a busy day here on Ink TV for videos. We got some Battle Royale leaks for Battlefield 6 as of yesterday, which is broken down in this video by Who's Immortal. And then later today, we should be getting a breakdown of Season 5 Reloaded for Black Ops 6, which will be interesting, as well as anything else that comes out today. I still got to get my videos out on Hollow Knight before the new game comes out, and just a bunch of stuff. It's a busy week. September is absolutely slammed with new games, but Battle Royale. So gameplay actually leaked as of yesterday for Battle Royale. I'm curious how Zach's going to cover it. We might go hunting for some gameplay. You'll see what I mean later on. You're going to see some gameplay, kind of.
Gentlemen. Hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We've got some brand new leaks and rumors regarding the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale, a very much so anticipated mode for Battlefield 6. Obviously, the main game in and of itself, multiplayer campaign, the premium experience, hyped beyond belief.
I still can't believe we haven't seen a campaign trailer like we did with the reveal trailer, but since then we haven't seen any campaign gameplay or anything like that. They're keeping that close to the vest.
This game is skyrocketing in terms of its overall numbers, and the just hype is building up for it, but so many people also looking forward to the Battle Royale, and we've just got some very interesting new gameplay details leaked via Temporal.
So I have a question for you guys. So basically the way that this leaked, if you don't know already, is through Battlefield Labs. They have now play tested the Battle Royale. So leaks are going to start to come more and more. But I'm curious, if you're someone who played Battlefield, if you played Battlefield 6, the beta, will you be playing the Battle Royale? Is it something you're interested in at all? Do you care? I'm very curious.
Now, in case you're not fully caught up with everything going on with the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale, we'll go through a quick recap here. This is rumored to be a free-to-play experience entirely, which obviously means the entry barrier for it is about as easy as it gets.
How is that the person that bad?
Cheaters to technically have easier access to it, so we'll see how the Javelin anti-cheat can respond to that. The devs did confirm back at the multiplayer reveal for Battlefield 6 that the Battle Royale experience...
This was the map. This is what we've seen of it so far. Based off of the leaks, it looks like this, but not this high res. You might see something later on.
Labs first. They did give us a little teaser.
It's already in labs.
That confirmed labs testing would be able to experience the Battle Royale. The full launch for the Battle Royale mode, though, is not currently known. All that we have to go off of right now is that it's coming sometime after launch. Yes, the unfortunate description is that ambiguous. This could be a month after launch.
It could be a year.
Be early 2026 for all we know. There's no solidified date for that as of right now, but sometime after launch.
Dude, imagine if they released it on November 14th when Black Ops 7 comes out. Oh my god.
We are going to see that Battle Royale mode drop as a free-to-play experience. It is going to be a firestorm-like system where obviously there is this ring of fire that closes in. It's said to be pretty deadly. If you touch it, you go out. Like, there's a burning effect when it gets close to you, but if it hits you, you're gone. You're spectating. It's going to be pretty intense there, which could be pretty interesting to see how that plays out. In game, you're going to have various things like priority missions to complete. So there will be various objectives for this. You can actually steal rewards from opponents. If you see them complete one, they have an airdrop reward coming in. You can actually take them out and steal it. These can grant you access to things like key cards for vehicles. So you can get some
I don't know how that's going to work.
Get weapon drops out of these, which is going to be a big focus later on in the video with some of these new leaks that have surfaced. There's going to be various field upgrade like features, taking a page out of Warzone's book there. And maybe what I think is most interesting is how engaging the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale is said to be. Obviously, when you're playing it, there's going to be enough there for you. You're making sure your squad is well aware of their positioning. You're getting kills. You're taking out enemies. You're doing objectives. You're involved in the general gameplay. But what happens when you get taken out and you get wiped?
I was wondering where he was going with that.
If your squad is still alive and just you got knocked out, you're still going to have an impact in game because there's going to be this apparent oversight system where you can use remote cameras, drones, turrets, and actually use those feeds to give your teammates information. You can ping players from the Afterlife. Basically, you can tell them, "Hey,
it's an interesting idea to keep people engaged once they're down."
Way more involved, even if you.
Which actually makes me wonder whether or not there's going to be buybacks or not. Like, because if you can buy a teammate back, there'd be less of a reason to put emphasis on that system. But if you can't bring your teammates back, then having a system like that is necessary to
up
keep people
dying
in the game.
So that's really cool there. Like I said, bit of a recap, bit of a roundup of some of the various larger leaks that we've seen for Battle Royale up until this point. But Temporal gives us some pretty interesting new information. I think a lot of players will be very intrigued by what
so he's not going to talk about the gameplay
Some
here.
may be a little frustrated as the systems are a little bit similar
We'll get to that then.
even Warzone, for instance, here. But as we're going through all the new leaked details and updates, if you guys enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, you want to ensure you're up to date with everything going on in Battlefield, this is the place to be, so feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. First up here, Temporal does say in the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale, strike packages will let you call in tools for different situations. And he gives a few examples here with some descriptions, and then just the general rundown of some of the strike packages.
Are these kill streaks? Kinetic strike, prototype orbital firepower, devastating to structures when precise within a minimal blast. Power weapons, potentially a railgun or minigun, both found in the files. These are like score streaks.
Packages that he's found while data mining the files. There is the kinetic strike. This is a prototype orbital firepower, devastating to structures, precise with minimal blast. So it's like a death beam coming from the sky.
By the way, for Battlefield Labs leaks, Temporal is just leading the way.
There's also the power weapons, something potentially like a railgun or a minigun, as both of those have been found in the files. So these are almost like kill streaks in a sense that you can call in and get some help with. There's also a much larger list though that Temporal does detail here, including an airstrike, which would be an F-16
Wild.
jet, an anti-vehicle crate, which includes a javelin,
UAV.
the artillery strike, a redeploy.
So there it is.
unit.
That answers my question.
Would reference your teammates getting brought back here. There were other leaks saying there could be like redeploy towers, similar to what Fortnite does. So we'll have to see if maybe
there's the answer to
redeploy
that.
unit is something that ends up replacing that. UAV Overwatch, obviously pretty self-explanatory there. Smoke screen, which almost could be a self-report in a sense. Like if you see someone pop a smoke screen, it's like, okay, well, I know a squad's over there now, right? There's also the resupply drop for ammo and whatnot, and then even a custom weapon drop. And you hear that, and you go, that kind of sounds a little bit like Warzone in loadouts. You'd be...
I would almost guarantee that they're going to do loadouts and probably almost identical to how Warzone did it, which I don't know if that's a good thing.
Corrected that assumption because Temporal also detailed weapon packages and what this means for the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale. And there's some interesting details. It's not fully clear exactly how these will work based off the files, as Temporal will explain, that we'll cover here in just a moment. But here's what he says currently. Here are a few of the weapon package designs in Battlefield 6. Unfortunately, I can't show any images on screen in this video for copyright reasons. They are up on his Twitter at the time that I'm recording this. Not sure if they'll get DMCA'd by the time the video goes out though. But Temporal says you can mark a package as a favorite for quick access and actually call it in as a custom weapon drop in the Battle Royale. Gadgets like the IGLA or melee weapons can also be customized with different skins. So this is essentially creating a custom loadout like you...
Yeah, so everything is still on his... Nothing... Battlefield does not take down any, like, leaks. And maybe because these are self-made, put together...
would in Warzone, for instance. And then if you end up getting the custom weapon drop streak there or package, you can utilize that and get your custom built M4 or get your custom built LMG or sniper, whatever the case is, right? So in a sense, loadouts are going to be in this Battle Royale. Obviously, it's solely through this weapon drop package. It seems like for now, there's no clear indication if it's going to be a base feature where, you know, there's a zone where custom weapon drops fall for everyone, like in Warzone, how you have the set loadout drop timers for the free in-game loadouts. But for those wanting this to be pure Battle Royale, all RNG, you loot, you find your attachments, you find your weapons, you got to build them out like that. That does seem to be the core element of gameplay, but there is the addition of these custom weapon drops, which will...
So here's the thing with the custom weapon drops, is if they are at least semi-common, this is what everyone is going to be going for. Even when the Warzone tried to remove loadouts, or at least make it so you had to wait till later in the game to get them, people were just frustrated because all they wanted was their own weapons. So they either have to commit one way or the other, kind of like what we've said that they need to do with being able to use open or closed weapons in multiplayer. Either say, we are going to have loadouts and this is how they're going to be received, or you need to be like, there's no loadouts. This is pure Battle Royale, loot, find, RNG. And if you have this weird middle ground, I don't think it'll work.
Allow you to go through and actually utilize your favorite builds and your specific builds for a more optimized gun. And someone does ask Temporal, saying, are these store packages or weapons created by us? So like, are they pre-built, predetermined builds for an M4 or a sniper or whatever, or is it your straight up custom attachment builds? To this, Temporal says the descriptions are currently a bit messy because they cover both the ability to save your custom attachment loadout for a weapon and then also the cosmetic aspects associated with it. So not fully clear if it is pre-built stuff, you'd just be able to customize how it looks so you can show off your camos or your stuff there, or if it is straight up just the loadout system from Warzone where you can custom build a gun, put on a camo for it, and save that as like your own blueprint, and then have that available as a custom weapon drop in game. But certainly gives you something to hunt a little bit more, incentivizes going for the various objectives so you can get that as a reward here. Obviously, if you want to ensure you have the best possible gear in the match and not just go simply off of RNG and what you can loot, this offers up a way to go through and guarantee you can get that custom optimal sniper build or custom optimal.
I'm worried that that'll make it too similar to Warzone. And not in like a way where it will take people away from Warzone or anything like that. I don't care about that. It just, if the game is too similar to Warzone, people have already played that for years. At that point, it'll just feel like adding a new map into Warzone. That's what I'm worried about.
Whatever the case is there. So certainly some interesting features being detailed here. All right, a little bit of post-edit Zach here. In the time since I initially recorded this video over the weekend, we actually got some very, very early build Battlefield 6 Battle Royale gameplay leaked. Now, it's been all over Twitter. Unfortunately, I can't show it just straight up in this video. I don't know.
So here's like, so it's on like the Charlie Intel, right? Like if you just scroll through Charlie Intel, these things, let's just say, have been leaked. It is a very early build, and just some images. You didn't see it here though. It is a very, very, very early build, and really there is not much to take away from it. There is gameplay all over the internet in various different locations. If we go back to Temporal, actually, you can kind of see what he was talking about, but this is what he's talking about maps based off of the Battle Royale. They have Marina, they have the Golf Club. Golf Club is what you were kind of seeing in that gameplay. If you want to actually see the gameplay, go to Charlie Intel. The Tech Campus, downtown Linden Beach, military storage, Area 22B. I don't know if that's supposed to be like an Area 51 style thing, but it looks pretty interesting. Nonetheless, like I think they've done a good, like especially just having the Golf Club. I don't know why. It just makes it feel really cool. Now let's see what else he's going to say.
Guarantee it's going to get copyright struck here and get taken down in the various original sources that it's got. It might get re-uploaded in various places. I will leave a link to the actual account that's been posting this gameplay.
None of it's been taken down yet.
Below, alongside Temporals for all the sourcing here today. It's not like it's crazy gunfights or anything. It's more so just showing off the map, a little bit of destruction in some decently rendered things. Like it's definitely not fully rendered, fully finished by any means.
So, oh yeah, just in case anyone's wondering or worried, being like, oh, this is what the Battle Royale is going to look like. They're not going to make it look good. They did the same thing with the multiplayer in Battlefield Labs, where I think it was on one of the maps in the beta. I want to say it was the Gibraltar one. There was a really early build that they played in Battlefield Labs, and it looked brutal. And then when the actual gameplay came out, it's like, oh, okay. So they started off with an ugly looking build of it and then beefed it up for later on.
But some gameplay has surfaced, which is kind of crazy to say already before
Battlefield
it even
Labs,
hits
man.
Labs, as I'll mention here in just a moment. But some gameplay is out there in a kind of rough state. If you want to search for it, like I said, there will be a link down in the description below as well.
Battlefield Labs
This is really just the beginning for the Battle Royale leaks here. Obviously, as it does come to Labs, while we can't fully, have just raw gameplay come out.
The whole game is going to leak when it goes to Labs. Like there is going to be raw gameplay that's out. There's going to be gunfights out. There's going to be vehicle gameplay. There's going to be the winner's screen. There's going to be all of it. It is going to be everywhere. This is what I've said from the beginning with Battlefield Labs. They know this stuff is going to get leaked.
Now, because of all the NDAs associated with Labs, stuff ultimately will leak out. We'll get footage of it, and there will be leaks on leaks on leaks. Yeah. So much so you're going to want to have your plumber on speed dial for it. So we're going to learn a whole lot more about the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale in the coming days, weeks, and months, most likely. Obviously, as we get any new leaks, new rumors, maybe even official information, I'll be covering it all right as it happens, so stay tuned for that, alongside everything else going on in Battlefield by hitting that subscribe button. And if you guys enjoyed the video, on your way out, a like rating would always be seriously appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later.
No, Zach, you have an awesome rest of your day. I'm curious what I've been locked into the comments lately. The fact that they realize that some players are running the game on older hardware than they recommend for minimum, actually optimizing for those guys as well is awesome. Yeah, that's one thing that Call of Duty doesn't do very well, is optimize. As long as it has a good anti-cheat, it'll be more successful. That's a huge L if only certain teams can get custom weapons. Is it? See, this is going to be the problem. This is going to be the problem with the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale. Is immediately it's going to get compared to Warzone. And then I think they're going to switch things to make it more like Warzone. And I don't want that. If they're going to do a Battle Royale, I want a Battlefield Battle Royale. I think if it's teams of 4 and that's what they're doing, each player on a team should have to have a different class. There should have to be a recon player, have to be an assault player. And they won't do this. This is not. I want this to feel like a Battlefield Battle Royale. I don't want this to feel like a different Warzone. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just, you can let me know what you think. But personally, that's what I feel. But yeah, Zach's right. There's going to be way more leaks coming. So make sure you follow Zach. He's almost at 1 million subscribers. He needs 11,000 more. You guys can do it. I believe in you. And follow here. We're trying to get 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And we're on track to do it somehow. So do it. Hit the subscribe button. I dare you.